For most people listening to this broadcast, I would imagine that your opportune time for prevention has passed. And these lessons that I give you are all about management of all aspects of your menopause. So let's just talk about management of these two diseases. And I'm going to list some things, and it'll be boring, but you can hear what I have to say. For osteoarthritis, there are dietary measures that can reduce the extent of pain and swelling in your joint. And the arthritis-friendly foods include foods that are high in omega-3 fatty acids, polyphenols, which are like grapes and olives and green tea, veggies that contain calcium, sweet potatoes, spirulina, wheatgrass, and kelp. But with osteoarthritis, there are some unfriendly foods too. So avoid acidic foods like pickles and vinegar. Also avoid nightshade veggies. These are things that are grown in the shade or underground, like tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, and cherries. Avoid coffee, alcohol, meat, sugar, and white flour. If you prefer lifestyle options rather than dietary measures, you can manage your osteoarthritis using low-impact exercise like yoga and Pilates. And you might find that heat makes your joints feel better. In the vitamin and mineral category for osteoarthritis, there's glucosamine, chondroitin sulfate, SAMe, and MSM. And if you prefer herbal products for osteoarthritis, there's feverfew, aloe vera, cumin, turmeric, and cayenne. So when it comes to osteoarthritis and hormones, the hormonal option for that is estrogen. And this is because estrogen is a lubricant for your joints. Estrogen is like a great big oil can for your joints. And without it, they get stiff. And then, of course, the non-hormonal medication options for osteoarthritis are your pain medicines, your non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and your steroids. So there are all sorts of things that you can do for dealing with osteoarthritis once you have it. But there is no cure. So your best bet is to prevent it if you can. And with osteoporosis, it's completely different. Dietary options for osteoporosis include avoiding soft drinks, decreasing your caffeine and alcohol, and increasing soy, flaxseed, green tea, protein, foods that contain vitamin D, and green leafy vegetables containing calcium. But let me just say, no dietary measure can suffice to manage osteoporosis all by itself. One of the biggest mistakes women make is to assume that they can manage osteoporosis with diet alone. Please don't make that mistake. For osteoporosis, management involves preventing progression and preventing fracture. So, actually, one of the first things you can do is prevent falls. You know how you baby-proof your home? Well, you can fall-proof your home too. And then you want to do exercises that enhance the density of your bones, which include weight-bearing exercise, resistance exercise, but also two of the most important types of exercise for preventing falls, which are balance and flexibility. And then, of course, avoid smoking and get plenty of sun exposure. If you like the idea of vitamin and mineral options for managing osteoporosis, you've got calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, and folate. And the only herbal option is phytoestrogens, or all your soy products. And the best hormonal management option for osteoporosis is estrogen, because estrogen loss is what causes bone loss. Taking estrogen prevents bone loss. Lesser alternatives are testosterone and progesterone. And if you don't like the idea of hormones, the non-hormonal management options are those serums I've talked to you about. Did you notice that the only management option that these two diseases have in common is estrogen? If you didn't notice that, please take note. Paying attention to overlap of management options makes your life a whole lot easier. So that was just a really fast and furious difference of all the differences between osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. And you can see that they really aren't similar at all. And I hope this little tutorial ensures that you'll never confuse the two again, because confusing the two is always a problem because it'll lead you down the wrong path. So I hope that you found this helpful. I'm sure that you hear these words all the time. People throw them around like nothing. They both start with the word osteo. People in the same age group get both of them. People don't necessarily make the distinctions. Some of the people who have one or the other of them don't really know the difference. And I want you to be sure you know exactly what's going on with everything I ever present to you, because getting confused with some of these things can really, really, really mess you up. I mean, if you don't realize that there's osteoarthritis and osteoporosis and that they're so different, you could very well go to some herbal shop and end up with a whole bucket load of products for osteoarthritis when what you have is osteoporosis. And what that's going to do is you're going to end up spending a whole lot of money on a whole lot of products that will not help you at all. Not at all. That would be pretty horrible. I mean, that would be one of those things that you'd be under a false sense of security. You'd be thinking that you were taking care of yourself when you weren't. So my goal is to make sure you get all these distinctions straight. I spend a lot of time with these podcasts and in my videos bringing things to your attention so that you don't fall prey to the things that are so easily confused. These words and stuff are not something that everybody is familiar with on a daily basis. And if you're not familiar with some of this stuff on a daily basis, it's really, really easy to get confused. So be sure you make the distinction. I will tell you that osteoporosis, in my opinion, is the most worrisome thing for all menopausal women, because nobody is telling you point blank that estrogen loss causes bone loss. In other words, every woman is a sitting duck for osteoporosis if she doesn't know that. Every woman. It's like a guaranteed event, and it's devastating, and it can ruin your life and make it so that you can never live at home again. And women don't know that. Osteoarthritis is very common, and people have all kinds of difficulty with it, but there's no cure. We don't have the intervention that we could have with osteoporosis if women just knew what actually causes it. So please get this stuff straight. Keep these distinctions in mind. If you want a chart on what I presented, you can go to my website, menopausetailor.me. I make all these charts, and the women who watch my videos love, 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 love the charts, because I'm this great big nerd. Everything I read, first of all, I read 7 books on every topic that I touch. And I highlight them all and color code them and tab them, and then I come home and I outline them and I chart them and blah, blah, blah. So there's all kinds of cross-correlation. Well, I make charts for you that narrow everything down so that you have everything at your fingertips in a single little chart. And the women just love them. So if you're a chart lover and if you like to have all the information condensed in one simple, easily accessible place where you can go to it again and again for ready reference, go to my website, menopausetailor.me. Click on the tab that says YouTube video tutorials, and you will see all the charts I have made for every YouTube video. And you can see the videos if you want. You can also schedule a consultation with me. I'm here to help you in any way I possibly can. And when you go to my website, you will see so many resources that help you a lot, and they will teach you the things that nobody else is teaching you. So that's where I'll leave you. I told you a bunch. Listen to this again. Go get the chart. And go to the videos and watch it there too. You will find it very helpful. I will say goodbye to you now, and I will see you again next time. Or you'll hear me again next time. Bye.